Hello there, I'm here again, and today I want to keep talking about the goal list method. All right. So yesterday I talked about this and how I was thinking into start using this method to my vocabulary. As I said, vocabulary is something that I have some problems with it because I there is so many options to study it and I can't decide which one I should choose. But I will give this test on the gold list method. So here I took my English notebook, like my notebook for English. This notebook is basically just for English. Um, I will then put a cover here, but there is some words that I noted. Um, I was also studying some grammar here. You know, there is some grammar and also um, there is some letters. I wrote some letters here, mainly with ChatGPT, but with a friend of mine too. This is my English notebook, and I started to use the gold list method. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to read intensively the book on Wuthering Heights because it's a very difficult book for me now, and there is plenty of words that I don't understand nothing about it. I have no clue what they mean. So I started to use the book to acquire more vocabulary, and I want to do that through this method. There is a bunch of videos out there telling you about the method. I cannot say to you how to use it because I don't know the method very well and I'm starting to use it now. I also not following through what they specifically are saying. Sorry, but I will tell you how I'm doing it. So here you can say that first day, this is list one in the first day. So I note down 20 words here, and after that I put in the side of each word a phrase that I created. So for example, the word nay, I put the word nay, and in the side of it I put he was strong, nay, very strong. So my goal is create some phrases, like only one phrase, using the word. So when I saw the phrase, that somehow can remember of the meaning of the word. So this is why I make the phrase. I don't like the idea to translate for my native language because this create a relationship between English and in my case Portuguese, and that's for me doesn't work very well because instead of I think directly in English, I will think through Portuguese and reach English, which is not very effective in the language learn process. I also don't like the idea to put the meaning of it because I think when I will solve this before, when I revising and seeing that again, I think that when I see the word and the meaning, my brain will trick me, alright? It will simply trick it because I will see the meaning. So I will not know for sure if I knew it before see the meaning or no. But also put the word only and nothing more uh, with it is also a bad idea in my opinion, because if you just put the word, it's meaningless uh, information, you know. We don't talk the language through words only, we talk to structures. So there is it's called chunks, all right. So we we talk the language through chunks. So there is a word, and this word with other words compound the chunks that together compound other more complex structures. So it's like I put the word and I put the phrase in the side of the word to create a small chunk using that word. I put 20 words here, and here is the space to the second day of reveal, the third and the fourth. Here another thing that I'm doing is that I I'm planning to revise it um, each 10 days. So the first here is um, August 2, August 2nd, right? The second day of August. Here is the 12th day of August, and here is the 20th day of August, and here is 2 September. Yeah, here it is. So I create this because I was seeing some people say that it would be more correct to put 12 actually 14 days between on a review and another, but I think that 12 days, actually 14 days, is too much for me. I do not want to pass all this time to review. I just put 10 days because I think that is not too it's not like a little framework of time, but also it's not a big one. It is in the mid, so it's quite good. Um, Besides that, I'm planning to using the language more often. Talking here, I can use pretty much a lot of words that I acquired um, consciously and unconsciously. So using here, it will be good for me using actively, because my brain will stick with the words. I'm planning also to do this with writing. So start to write something in English. Um, I was doing this right now actually. Moreover to this, I'm doing um, a receipt book. So I'm using English to do it, and there I put in a lot of receipts that I know and that I want to know and that I like and those things, right? So it's basically this about the vocabulary. Another thing that I want to talk about is how this book is difficult. It is pretty difficult for me. You know, I'm started to read it, and like here starts in the seventh page. All right, so I start to read here, and when I opened up the book, I didn't understand nothing about it. I really was trying to understand it, but I couldn't. Um, However, after some research in the Google and with ChatGPT, I could start to understand um, a little more about the book and the vocabulary. The problem is because it's a very old-fashioned vocabulary and it's a very unusual one. So it's hard to understand properly the vocabulary, and also the construction that Emily Bronte No, he isn't French, right? He's Brit, whatever. But the structure, the grammatical structure here in the book is quite hard to get it. You know, it's very complex. It's very compounded, and that's somehow um it's like a bad thing because I'm feeling bad for don't get it, but at the same time it's good because it's challenger, and because of this challenge, this intrinsic challenge in the book itself, I start to studying, getting new words through immersion and through searching up, even unconsciously. Besides that, I'm doing also a lot of like input, trying to listen to a bunch of things. I'm watching old movies to get some specific vocabulary, and because it's a thing that I really like to do, I'm watching a bunch of old movies. Yesterday, I watched um one movie in English, and was was a very funny movie. I also encountered a very useful tool, which is an extension of Google that you can simply put the subtitles in every video that you watch, even if the video doesn't have subtitles. So what I mean is about my vocabulary, talking more about this, right? Is that basically I'm in series of three videos that I'm talking about vocabulary. To finish it, I'm doing this actively through my gold list method. I'm doing this actively through Anki. I also doing this passively through consumption of content in like reading in more formal content, and also by listening a lot, if primarily with old movies or old films, and also with YouTube, because YouTube helps a lot, like a lot, really. So I'm watching this, and this is how I'm trying to acquire some vocabulary for English. I think that I may have um, I may be in some acquiring some things about the grammar. I was talking about the grammar some videos before. I didn't study recently, but I'm doing this exposition to vocabulary and paying attention to some structures, and I think that that is helping me with my active study of the theory itself. Apart of that, I hope to keep speaking, I hope to keep writing, and I hope to keep having contact with the English overall until the end of this year. So, see you later. Bye.